What are the traits that can help us identify a troll?
Do you know, I have never been trolled because I feel like social media is like a mosh pit and I'm standing on the outside of this mosh pit. You know, like Foo Fighters gigs, Pearl Jam gigs, a mosh pit forms. And it looks like the best crack, right? From the outside, and you're going, I'm always dancing on the outside of it going, oh,
we're jumping in,
I'm going to go
on the edge.
you know? And there are people in there and you go, okay, I'm definitely going to do it. And as you're about to jump in, somebody comes out with bloody nose and bruised eyes and you go, oh, whoa, this looks like good fun, but people are getting damaged. And you say to them, who did that to you? And you go, I don't know, it was just a massive crowd. It's a load of people who are mostly trying to have fun. And
Such a good analogy. Yeah. Such a good analogy for
That's what I feel social media is like. You know, that it is, there are people in there, you don't know who they are, but they might just be trying to throw digs at you and you're never going to really figure out who it was. But most people are in there trying to have fun, trying to have a good time. And that's where I see social media at. Oscar Wilde had a great quote. He said, man is least himself when he talks in his own person, but give him a mask and he will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Now, in modern times, it might be give him a Twitter handle, or give him a Reddit username, or give him a football jersey, or give him an anonymous profile and see how they really behave when nobody has a scrutiny, there's no scrutiny on them. And this is one of the huge difficulties at the moment when it comes to internet and social media, is that so many people are allowed to set up anonymous profiles where you do have people who are representing themselves, but they can be anonymously targeted by people who are, as we call, internet trolls, where they immediately try and disrupt conversation, cause harm, and just ruin people's day in general.
But is that what the main motivation behind trolling is? Is it just to ruin someone's day?
No, and it can range. Like motivations, like human behaviour can be seen in the context of the environment. So anybody, Zainab, can become an internet troll.
I'm like, are you talking at me? I'm like, Zainab, I'm watching you.
No. But anybody can become an internet troll.
Yeah.
And it's all context specific, right? So you may have, actually, interestingly enough, you're more likely to see online trolling behaviour first thing of a Monday morning and very late at night when people are at their most disgruntled, okay? You would have also seen a lot more trolling around COVID where people had less things to be doing and they were just overall annoyed. So our emotional state has a huge factor on this. The second thing is the context for the profile, the conversation, what people are doing, the permission that you're given. So you can see now, we were talking in the green room beforehand, that different internet platforms have different kind of cultures at the moment. Some give you more permission. Some of the algorithms set up in a way that are almost designed to breed controversy and to allow people to be more controversial. For the person who is engaging in this as a troll, they may be trying to escape dissatisfaction with their lives.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you say that. Like, I don't like giving airtime to trolls, but it was just today, I think I had a couple photo up and I got a mean comment underneath. But it does make you really sort of vulnerable to putting your family or your partners out there. Surely, even for you, like, do you have to second guess posting that picture of your friend or your nanny or your mum? Like, what's your thought process around that?
It definitely would make you second guess a little bit, especially if you do get a mean comment of sharing that again. But it feels kind of like mean then to like the followers who are nice and who do care about your life and care about maybe the people in your life, and you can't share that just because of one bad egg or like a few bad eggs. It just seems like a shame that way, but you do have to think of things like that. You have to protect yourself and your loved ones as well, I think.
Yeah, and it's almost like you don't want to give trolls power. But tell me this, Pádraig, like, can being mean to others actually bring joy into another person's life? Like, I just kind of want to get into the heads of a typical troll.
And I've said to you earlier on, anyone can be a troll, and we're all subject to the motivations that are the feedback that we get from this. So you think about, if I'm mean to you, there are, 5 of us sitting around here, most people are going to say, Pádraig, that's not on, okay? If I do that in front of millions of people, there could be 200 people who think, good on you, well done. And I get that feedback. I get likes, I get comments that are saying, yeah, you know, you being an asshole was really cool and that was good. So the feedback loop for somebody who's engaging in troll-like behaviour is much, much greater than it is in real life. The fact that you're presenting yourself as Katya and I'm not presenting myself at all, I'm an anonymous person or an anonymous troll, also can be empowering to me. So that feedback loop that a troll gets, be it escaping from things that they don't like in their real life or creating an online persona with a mask, a handle, a username that's anonymous and causes you to stress. One of the interesting things is there can be a range of like playful trolling to
Yeah.
painful trolling.
Yeah,
I kind of think about it on that spectrum of playful being, I'm going to disrupt a conversation, or I'm going to, just be a scallywag and cause, mischief. But then there are other people who are really getting that kick from just making you feel, getting a response is one of those big motivators as well. But it also can be the external folks who provide that extra motivation for a troll.
And I will just say quickly, apologise for the language. It is a passionate topic. We've got the bleep monitor. So we'll move on to Chattel Life. It's a commentary website. Have you guys heard of it? Tattle.
Life,
Yeah.
I've heard
I mean,
of it,
I hear about it here and there. Refrain from ever going on it. But we looked this up, and it describes itself as a website that allows critiques of people that choose to publicly monetize their personal life as a business, aka influencers or celebrities. So, Pádraig, if people have permission, are they more likely to partake in trolling because it's deemed as now okay?
I hadn't heard of Tattle before this week, and I looked at it as part of this research for this topic, okay? It looks no different to that old website, if anyone remembers boards.ie. It looks very basic, very, very simple. However, what it does do, it creates a culture, and there is permission given to people. And when you have culture and a permission, and you see how other people are behaving, we always take our cue from other people. If you go into a new job, you'll get handed policies and training, but mostly what you'll do, you'll take your cue from what you see the person next to you doing. And it's the same on those online forums. We start seeing negativity getting up likes or thumbs up or likes. Those are the things that you start to go, okay, so that's how we communicate within this. Those types of websites are going to be more and more common unless we have some serious conversations about regulating those social media platforms. Because unless they're regulated, or there is those breeding grounds for trolls are allowed to continue, I'm going to give you some tips at the end to manage trolls, but it can't always be the responsibility of the individual person.
Yeah.
It has to fall back onto the platform, because we're all influenced by the environment that we're in, and Tattle is one of those really toxic environments.
Before we move to the kitchen, can you tell us then how can we deal with trolls? Like, what's the best way kind of to protect ourselves?
And we've an expert or two beside us who have experienced that, whereas I haven't. One, ignore them. Easier said than done. Two, block them. Really just block them and make sure that you're not engaging with that. The temptation can be there, particularly where you have very strong beliefs. Once you start to spot, A, this is an anonymous profile, B, there is a history of this profile being a troll, 3, you can delete that comment from the person, clear the decks and get on with your day, because life happens in the real world.
Yeah.
Okay, so